Let's go. I never want to see you again. I never want to hear your voice. Every word or thought that comes out of you, I don't need to be privy to it. I'm going to cleanse my entire being of your presence because you are a rust that rots. I see myself and I am the parent to my own being that you never had the capacity to be. I see the little child that I was and I love him. I hold him at night and I tell him that the world is large and vast, but I will always be there for him. When he comes to me in tears, I hold his tiny hands and I ask how he is feeling. I accept his emotions and I love him for expressing them to me. He rests in my arms at night and I ponder on how I would give the world for this small child. You would never do such a thing. When you held me in your arms, you held me as you hold yourself. A little girl with blonde locks and shining brown eyes. You hold her with fear in your heart and you let that fear infect you, and thus your heart turns dark. You do not want to love that blonde girl, so you never loved me. You refused to grow and learn from your pain. Instead, you wanted a vessel to put it in. As a child, I spent my days nurturing that blonde girl and making her feel worth something. I gave myself for your own healing. I was your gold piece, a baby boy you wore at your side. And at home, I was the sponge you used to wash the dirty dishes. I absorbed all the dirty water of your trauma until I burst. My gold became a rusted surface and you threw me away. Just when my sponge began to mold, and a bacteria of sadness infected its whole. I look at myself at this time and I take him from your dishwater hands. I hold him gently just as I did before. I tell him, you can always be open with me. I love him with authenticity. And the blonde girl recoils in rage. I look at you now and I notice you are without care for yourself. The blonde girl has taken the reins. She controls your moves in the daytime, and her tears flood the night. A child cannot go without care for their own self, so an adult goes without care with a child in charge. I pity you. You have sucked off my love for much time, and I have none left to give. A child is nothing but a vessel of love and a sponge of emotion. You took my vessel and created a cycle of feeding me self-doubt in exchange for my eternal love, of which you fed to the little blonde girl. The thing is, you were that of a metaphorical child, and I was one of flesh and blood. I stand upon my two legs and I feed myself each day. I apologize for my outbursts, and I learn from my mistakes. I set boundaries. I stand up for myself and others, and I am good at a number of things. I love myself, and I project that love onto others as best as I can. The way these words set fire alight on your flesh proves your own insecurity. No love, son. Was that good?